What's going on, YouTube? There was a question yesterday from Peace is Contagious, and he wants to know, Council of Nicea under Constantine the Great removed about 540 books from the Bible, so we need to get those 540 books back to help save the Catholics. Yes, he legalized Christianity, but also perverted it. The problem with that is there's a very specific criteria that the meeting council of Nicea used to choose the books of the Bible. Okay, and I don't know what all this specific criteria was. There's many books written on this issue, and however, anybody could go look this up and find this information out on their own. It's something that has withstood the test of time. Okay, the books that were left out for a reason, a very good, strong reason. And if you go back and if you try to read these additional books, you will. It would be very clear to you. It would become very clear. Hey, these books don't even sound like they belong in the Bible. Is what would happen. Okay, you would read them and you would say, man, this stuff just isn't. There's something wrong here. The Book of Enoch, the Apocrypha. I think there's a book of Thomas or something like that. I don't even know all the books. I don't even know. But the books that we do have were selected based on a very specific criteria. And that's what I do know. The Book of James was the last book that was accepted, and it was because it sounded as if it was saying you had to have works plus faith. Here in James chapter 2, verse 17, even so faith, if it hath not works, is dead, being alone. Okay? And that sounds like it's saying that if you don't have faith, if you have faith but you haven't done any good works, then you're not saved. That's what it sounds like it's saying. But when you put it back into the context of the book, of the whole book of James, and whenever you take it and understand why James was written, who James was written to. Okay, the book of James was written to Christians. It wasn't written to unbelievers. It was written to Christians. Okay, people who were already saved. Okay, and you can divide the Bible up into many different writing styles. Okay, number one, the Bible was written to, part of the Bible was written to Jews, part of the Bible was written to Christians, part of the Bible was written to unbelievers, part of the Bible was written to carnal Christians who are saved but are living in sin. Okay, and this right here, Christians and carnal Christians, okay, was the people that this book is addressing. Okay, those people who are already saved. And James chapter 2 verse 17 is speaking to those who are already saved. If you don't have any works, your faith is dead. And guess whose eyes it is dead in? It's dead in the eyes of man. It's not dead in the eyes of God. Okay, if you got saved, okay, at one point in your life, if you believed upon Jesus at one point in your life, you're going to heaven. All right? If you believe on Jesus tonight, and then all of a sudden tomorrow night you go back and you're like, oh man, I thought that I was going to be able to avoid not feeling this certain way like I want to, you know? You've been, I don't know, sleeping with a certain girl, or you've been going out to bars and getting drunk, you know? Immediately after you get saved, those feelings do not go away. Okay? Immediately at the point you get saved, you may have some euphoric feeling because you're now saved, but it's not the feeling that causes you to know that you are saved. What causes you to know that you are saved is a promise that God made and you believed it. Okay? That's why you are saved. The feeling has nothing to do with it. Okay? So you're basically it's called your old sin nature, and that stays with you. You're still going to sin. You're still going to want to sin. From the moment after you get saved to the day you die, you will still have sin in your life. Okay? It's only because of Jesus that we will get to heaven. It's not does not have anything to do with you, you see. So you believe in Jesus, and then you will still sin, but you didn't lose your salvation at the point of belief, you see. Ask yourself, if you believe in Jesus, and then tomorrow night you go and get into a fight with someone and you accidentally murder them, okay? It's murder. Are you going to go to hell? If you can't answer that, if you can't answer yes or no to that, okay, if you can't answer whether or not you would go to heaven or hell after you committed this horrendous sin, okay, if you can't answer yes to that, then you have doubts in your mind, and that probably means you never got saved to begin with, okay? However, you did get saved. If you did in fact get saved, then you will go to heaven, because you are sealed by the blood of Jesus. Okay? There's lots of verses that back this up. Ephesians 2, 8, and 9, which says, no works, lest any man should boast. Romans, I believe it's 11, verse 6. No works, lest any man should boast. Romans chapter 4, verses 4 and 5. No works, lest any man should boast. There's one in 2 Timothy. There's one in Titus. It's written over and over and over again. No works, lest any man should boast. All right, this is getting really long. James chapter 2:17 is written to believers. It's written to people who are already Christians. And it's not written to unbelievers, okay? It's not written to say that you will lose your salvation. It's written to say that your faith is made dead in the eyes of men, okay? Not of God. So, anyways, that's my thoughts for the day. I will talk to you guys later. Bye.